teaching AI how to use it to increase profit while you are working less. I can give what a lead magnet should accomplish, but I also want to learn more about your business so that we can come to an actual answer for you. What's up, my friends? Welcome to another episode here on the Art of Online Business podcast. This is going to be a fun episode, eh, QUÄY.jo?
It should be. It should be. It should be, Rick.
So, QUÄY.jo's going to be interviewing me today, and I'll let him kind of set the stage for what we're going to be talking about here today. But I'm really excited to dive in today.
Well, I mean, Rick, this summer you finished up your 4-month sabbatical, and I know that there's something that you decided on your sabbatical, and I know you're excited to let all the listeners know. So,
Yeah,
what is that, Rick?
it's amazing what your brain will come up with once you give it time to think, right? And I covered that in the, I think it was 9 lessons or 7 lessons I learned while on sabbatical. So for those of you who are like, what are you talking about? I took a 4-month sabbatical and started back September 4th, which was right after Labor Day here in the States. And over that time, I had a lot of realizations, kind of reassessed what I wanted to be focused on, where I wanted the business to go forward, and really where I wanted to spend my time. And basically came back with an entirely new plan for what I wanted to do. And so I thought what we would do is share that here today. And then QUÄY.jo's going to ask questions. But also, I'd love to add context as we go along here about if you are thinking about making a change in your business, that hopefully this gives you some sort of inspiration to be able to, an empowerment to be able to do that. Because when I'm coaching people, a lot of times people know exactly what they want to do and what needs to be done, but
Mhm.
they always say like, "Oh, I just want your permission." Right? I'm just looking for permission. You don't need anybody's permission, right? You don't need my permission. You don't need QUÄY.jo's permission. You don't need anybody's permission. Go for it. So what I'm starting a new business. I am, and for those of you who have been listening for a while, this is not going to surprise you, but I'm heading in the direction of AI, specifically teaching you, still online business owners and small businesses, how to use AI in your business to create an AI powered business, meaning how you can, what I'm calling it, redefine efficiency in your business, whether that is through learning how to better prompt ChatGPT or Claude or one of these other LLMs, or use, these other tools, how to create automations in your business. And really, when when ChatGPT came out, in what was it, early December, I believe it was 2022, I was very skeptical. Everyone was talking about it, and it took me a while to get into it. But then I started to see the power of it, and I was obsessed. I'm obsessed with streamlining things. And so a lot of, people that I coach come to me for that type of help. How do I streamline my business? How do I continue to grow the business while, not not having my expenses explode as well? And so I'm always fascinated with what are the different ways to do that. And then when all of these AI tools just exploded onto the scene, I just became like, oh my gosh, you can do this with that. And I'm not sure if this episode is coming out before or after, but we did an episode together here on the show about how you use ChatGPT to write a sales page and the email sequence and title a course in 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Like that type of use case is just so fun for me, because it's how do we use these tools to solve everyday problems in your business, or maybe not problems, but how do we use them to do creatively to accomplish things in your business and give you your time back? That's what this is all about. And if anybody knows my story as far as like burnout and the whole reason why I took the sabbatical, it's for that reason. I was just not happy in the business and I was working too much. And I'm not going to re-go into it now, but suffice it to say that this is the new direction I'm going. Teaching AI to all of you how to use it to streamline your business, to increase profit while you are working less so that you can spend your time on.
This Black Friday, it's not about the hype, it's about the real deal. Get 50% off my entire suite of courses designed to cut lead costs and grow your email list, create a low-cost tripwire offer so you can begin to make some of your money back from your ad spend, and fix your funnel so you can increase your sales.
Whatever it is that you want to do. As a result of this new direction, I'm starting a new podcast.
Ooh, what's the name gonna be?
It is going to be called The AI Powered Business.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Cool.
And I am co-hosting it with Rachel Woods from the AI Exchange. I've gotten to know Rachel. I've had her, she's been on the podcast here. She's brilliant. I've learned a ton from her in the AI space. And so she and I are starting a new podcast called The AI Powered Business,
That's
talking
exciting.
very much about use cases. How do we use AI in our business to make sales easier, to make operations easier, to make fulfillment easier, et cetera? And so that's one thing. YouTube channel. I know that if you've been listening for a long time, I've talked about building my YouTube channel for a long time. This has got me really, really excited. So I'm going to be showing you exactly how to use different tools, different ways of prompting, etc., to again streamline your business, to redefine efficiency in your business in all different facets. Again, it's sales, marketing, fulfillment, operations, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And my only goal with that, I don't have a subscriber goal. My only goal is is consistency in the YouTube channel.
What's your publishing frequency that you decided on?
Minimum weekly,
Okay.
minimum once per week, minimum. You might be saying, well, Rick, there's so many people out there that are talking about AI and stuff like that. True. Here's the gap that I'm going to be filling, though. So I'll toot my own horn for a second here, QUÄY.jo.
Go
That
ahead.
I feel like I do a pretty good job of simplifying complex things and
Mhm.
breaking it down so that you can just follow it step by step and make it accessible. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing with AI and the AI tools and so forth.
And I
People,
mean, it's super early, right?
oh my gosh, we're like
Super early.
it's like 0.0. Like people think like, holy cow, like the growth of these tools is pretty much flatlined. Like we're at like the 0.1% of this whole thing.
It hasn't even been a year since, ChatGPT 3, was it? Went public, right? I
Yeah,
think it happened November of 2022.
yeah, and
We're so early.
it's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. And where was I going with that? I forgot what I was saying.
Uh-oh. It'll come back to you, but I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Because you're always so cool, calm, collected, and confident. And I'm sure the listener is wondering, especially if they've pivoted in their business or come out with a new product in their business. Let's call it what it is. How do you reinvent yourself? How do you make that shift, that pivot, and do it with such confidence, Rick?
That's a great question. Because I'm looking at it like this is the only way for me right now. Like and don't get me wrong, like I love talking online business, and this isn't going to change. I'm just talking about it from a different aspect. So
Okay.
rather than talking about a funnel from the perspective of how do I optimize the funnel, I'll be talking about it from the perspective of how do we make optimizing it more efficient? Like, are there things that we can be employing to make it easier to do that. And so the confidence is just coming from, I don't like, this just lights me up, and I need to listen to that. And that's one of the things that came from the sabbatical is like, look, Rick, this is not you can't be powering through something. You need to be inspired. And that was a big reason why I needed to take the time off is I needed to be re-inspired by something. And, look, I knew going into the sabbatical that this was probably a direction I was going to go, but I needed the time and the space to be able to make that decision. And so that's sort of you know, where it's coming from. Now, I'll be very transparent and say that I'm also in a place very, very thankfully that I've set business revenue up such that I don't have to rush in and make a whole bunch of money. I don't have to like replace a whole bunch of money at first.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
So I have this, runway, if you will. And so and the cool thing is like as we're recording this, I really haven't even started any of this. It's all just sort of in place. And, we haven't started I don't know when this is going to go live, but the AI powered business podcast that will either have just come out or coming out very soon. I haven't yet recorded the first YouTube video, but I know what it's going to be about now.
Yeah.
And so I'm building a new business. But the cool thing is I'm building it with 13 years of knowledge
Mhm.
of building my own online business. And so yeah, and I would say that when you're early on in your business and people leave your email list or they unsubscribe, a lot of people can get really bent out of shape about it. Like, oh, I lost, 50
Sure.
people in the past week or what have you. I know that's going to happen with me because essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to email my list. And probably by the time this episode comes out, I've already done that. But I'm going to let people know about this and let people know that I'm starting an AI specific email list. And if you want to come along, amazing. And of course, I'll be sharing the benefits of it and why you need to be learning this stuff. But if you don't want to, that's okay. But that's the direction I'm going. And I think that confidence just comes from like just doing this a long time. And I'm totally fine with it.
Doing this a long time. I guess this is not the first change. Like, you started off as the Facebook ads
Yeah.
guy, and you made a very significant pivot to helping online course creators, right? And that to me seems like just yesterday, because I think that's when I first met you, was slightly like
Yeah.
half a year after that, back in 2019, was it?
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wow.
the cool thing is like, yes, I've gone through a pivot like that before. But this is almost, it's very similar, I would say, because this is a whole new direction. I didn't start a new podcast at the time. I just changed the name of it, right? For
Mhm.
this one, I'm partnering with just a brilliant, she's a freaking data scientist, literally a data scientist,
Wow.
who used to work at Facebook. And she started this, the AI exchange. I'm partnering with her, and my job in the podcast is to simplify a lot of things that she is saying because she can be technical. And
Oh,
so
that'd
I'll
be
be
cool.
breaking it down for, us, um, non-technical people. And the other cool thing too is I'm going to be learning so much right along with the audience, you know,
Yeah.
because this stuff's changing all the time. And so, um, and just real quick, going back to this is what I was going to say before I remembered finally
Oh, say that.
is I feel like I'm filling the gap in the space right now where there's a lot of people reporting on what's going on
Hmm.
in the AI space. Google's doing this, OpenAI is doing this new tool came out, et cetera. And that's great, right? And they have built really, really big audiences. Now, I might be talking a little bit about that, but my angle is, how do you actually use that stuff? How do you
Thank you.
like, how do you actually take whatever new, you know, functionality, like when we were recording this, ChatGPT just came out with the vision, right? Like you
Mhm.
can take a picture and you can talk with it, et cetera. Like rather than just reporting on that, how do we actually use that aspect in our business so that we can make our lives easier as we run our business? So that's what I'm going to be doing is more use cases and workflows and automations that you can actually leverage this technology, simplifying it way down and use it in your business rather than just reporting on it. I
You know
think
what?
that's a big gap that's missing.
I like that, Rick. It sounds like a big shift, but really, I see this as just you doing what you've always done with online business,
Mhm.
just covering another angle, if you will, another aspect of online business and bringing all the wisdom that you've amassed to the table once
Yeah.
again in a new sphere.
Yeah, I mean, well, thank you for saying that. Like, that's the thing too, as you mentioned earlier, like Facebook ads. I will still be talking about Facebook ads, but how do we use AI to make the process easier, right? How do we make AI or use AI to come up with funnel ideas, to write emails for your ads campaigns, to write ad copy, to do the images, et cetera, to come up with target audience, like all of that stuff, to do audience research for you. It's just a different aspect of it that I can use to your point, QUAY.jo. Like I can use all of my knowledge from running a successful business for many years and take it. It's like, okay. And even from like if someone's just starting, this is going to be super helpful, whether you're just starting or whether you're multiple seven figure, like this is going to be really helpful. And that's what I'm really excited about introducing. And it's been so interesting as I talk to people because I'm learning every single day. When I talk to somebody and they're like, "Wait, how do I use ChatGPT to write an email?" I'm just like kind of like my
Yeah,
like
right.
really
Yeah.
like that's how basic and nothing like that's fine, but it's also gets me even more excited because I get to help people learn that stuff but just take it so many steps further.
I know it's going to be really good. I can as you're saying this, Rick, so many different memories of being on accelerator coaching calls with you. If the listener doesn't know, I used to coach inside of the accelerator that Rick also used to have,
Mhm.
used past tense. And I remember so many conversations where the problem is somebody inside the accelerator is just saying how they were overwhelmed and they were wanting to make that goal of more impact with less hustle, and you so effortlessly would guide them along the like journey of discovering, okay, well, yes, they need a team, but you could always so easily begin to have them realize like, oh, it's not just a team, they would need this kind of unique team for the vision that their business is trying to accomplish at the stage that their business is currently at. And I really see like that kind of conversation naturally happening with AI. It really
100%.
is just it's the same overall area, online
Yep.
business, if you will, but
Yep.
just another aspect. That's cool, Rick. That's really cool.
And I'm gonna keep so you just mentioned, formerly accelerator. So what I've done, and some of you might know this already from listening to the show here, but I'm sunsetting accelerator. So I'm no longer doing accelerator. I'm fulfilling with the amazing members who, are finishing out their time in accelerator. But in lieu of that, because I love to coach so much,
Mhm.
is what I decided to do instead is I'm doing 5 one-on-one clients. So people can work with me one-on-one. It's month to month. There's no long-term commitment. You stay or as long or short as you want. Um, and only 5 spots. Like that is just because that's just what I want. At the time recording this, 3 of the spots are filled, potentially a 4th one within the next 2 days or so. But I love it because I love to coach. The other aspect, and for people who have been listening for a long time, know that I've been building for way too long now. It's October. Pick Rick's
October 9th.
brain. Pick Rick's Brain Coaching AI, which is a chatbot of me coaching you, but it's an AI chatbot based on all of my knowledge, not ChatGPT. It's my knowledge. And, you know, had some things happen where I was working with two companies to figure out which one was going to create the better one, and had a falling out with one company, and I've gone all in this other company, and it's awesome. And we're still working out some kinks right now, but at the time recording this, the alpha version is in the hands of 6, 7, 8 people right now to be using it and giving me their feedback. So that's going to be a membership, a very low priced membership for people to get, coaching from me 24/7, at their fingertips. And because a lot of people are asking, well, how are you going to make money with this, Rick? And honestly, like I said, I'm playing the long game with this. And so with that, I'll be generating revenue from the membership, from Pick Rick's Brain Coaching AI, from my email list, from hopefully from sponsorship on the, ad revenue from the podcast, or from the YouTube channel. And then I am not creating any courses right now. I am selling. I'm an affiliate for the AI Exchange's courses. So the courses that team is making, and I will drop something right now. We just decided last week that I'm going to create a course
Oh, what?
for
Okay.
them. Yeah, that's actually the first time I've actually mentioned it.
Well then.
Specifically for you all online business owners. So that's how I'm going to so I won't have to create a course outside of this one, but I'm just really excited about it
Yeah,
all.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
So for the many listeners that's not on your email list, is
Yep.
there like a wait list or somewhere they can go to get on your email list so they can be like kept up to speed, so to speak, and follow
Yeah.
you along with you?
So I have a new website. It's super basic. And here's a hint, you all. I made the website myself because I didn't want to hire a designer. I just wanted to keep it super simple. And I used an AI generated website designer called 10 Web. 10,
What?
like the number 10 Web, WEB. And the reason I chose it, because it has its AI generating features of it'll design pages for you, it'll write copy for you, all that stuff. But also it integrates with, it's built on Elementor, which is the WordPress theme, which is what my current website is built on. And so it just made, and it's like $10 or no, $20 a month, $20 a month for hosting and all that stuff. So it would just made it super easy. So I have a new website out, and this would be a perfect example of doesn't have to be pretty because the website is rickmulready.com. You can go there. My email list is set up. You can download 5 prompts every online business owner needs. And this is going to allow you to reclaim at least 5 hours per week in your business. So I will teach you these prompts, and then that's just the beginning. That's just the start. So you can definitely go there. You can go there, and when this comes out, I'm not sure what phase. I'll probably be in the beta phase for Pick Rick's Brain Coaching AI, which you can either join or join the wait list, because I have a large wait list for it. And yeah, you can learn about the other things that I'm doing, but I'm really excited about this new
I will
chapter.
say when you sent me the link and I tried out the AI, it is very much Rick with quotes. It's not like it's not just you ask a question and you get a response. You ask a question and then you get a very Rick-like question in response to your question.
Well, that's the idea, right? Like, and as I've been
Yeah.
talking about as I'm building this, is like anybody, literally anybody can build something these days that is a chatbot that you can ask a question to, that is based on a data set, meaning a podcast, meaning your website,
Mhm.
whatever it is, like a uploaded PDFs or a book or whatever it is. Anybody can do that right now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. The difference that because that's not how I coach, and that's not how you coach either, QUAY.jo. I coach like somebody says, actually, I was showing a friend of mine this weekend the functionality of it, and I said, "All right, let's talk. Let's ask it. Can you give me some help with some ideas for a lead magnet?" That is an that is a question that people would ask, right? But I need more information to give specific help. Sure, I can give the high level, the what a lead magnet should accomplish and the features of it so that it can do X, Y, and Z. I can give that information, but I also want to learn more about your business so that we can come to an actual answer for you. So, like that's exactly what it did for in showing my friend. Like it gave like what a lead magnet should accomplish, and then it was like, all right, let's. But I need to know, like, to get more specific. Tell me a little bit more about your audience and your primary offer.
It's
Those
it's
are
it's
those are
great.
2 questions that I want to know so that we can get you to an actual answer that is specific to you. So this is a personalized coaching AI chatbot. And, it look, for one-on-one coaching with me, it's 22.50 a month at the time recording this. This is gonna be, um, I don't know what fraction, but a very, very small fraction, um, of
We
that.
could ask we could ask ChatGPT.
Yeah,
As
it'll
somebody that's been coached by you back when we first met in 2019, when
Yep.
I had the other business before the pandemic wiped that business away,
Mhm,
and then as somebody who's had the opportunity to be mentored by you and coach with you inside of the former, accelerator,
mhm.
and just seeing the art and the skill with which you coach, I cannot wait to see all of that translated into this Pick Rick's Brain AI. Like, I am thoroughly excited about how
It
you're doing this.
Well, thank you, and to be
Yeah.
completely honest and transparent, that's why it's taken so long because, I mean, we're recording this in October. I
Mhm.
wanted this out like, by the end of July, but I wasn't happy with it for this exact reason. Like, I wanted to get it to a point where it actually asked you relevant follow-up questions. So rather than saying, when it says, "Hey, Rick, can you tell me how to lower my cost per lead for my ads?" Well, sure, I can give you 7 different things that you could do, but give me more information about your ad campaign so
Mm.
that I can give you specific direction or recommendations on how to lower your cost per lead based on your stats.
Yeah.
So it asks you those follow-up questions, and that's what I've really wanted to get right, before sort of letting people in to use it. But I'm really excited because I don't know anybody else doing this.
Well, awesome, and thank you for sharing, like, a bit
Yeah, it's been fun.
behind the scenes of
Yeah.
the transition.
I've also been thinking just real quick, I've also
Yeah.
been thinking, about sort of documenting this process, like,
Oh, you should.
over on social,
Do it.
just over, like, on Instagram, and just kind of, like, sharing, "All right, I've set up a new, you know, lead magnet, the process that I went through, how I used AI to help me with that, et cetera," and just sort of sharing the progression.
I think you should well, of course, I think you should do it. I'm doing the
Of course.
100K the 100
Yeah.
days to 100K month challenge, and I'm putting that all over my social, so go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. 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 I
Alright.
hope everybody, come over, take a listen to the new podcast when it comes out. Jump on my email list so I can let you know when that comes out and all this information. And I just want to be a resource for you all and break all this down for you because it's like it will change your business.
Oh, I 100% agree, having used what little bit I've used. And with that, it's been a good episode. Thanks for listening. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.